Hello, kindergarten. It is Miss Brennan. Happy Thursday. It is time for us to dive into our story for today. And remember, we are going to be using the story for our quiz on Friday. So please make sure that you watch this video at least twice. That way you know all the answers for our quiz. So all this week, we have been focusing in on main idea. And we've also been reading nonfiction stories. And let's refresh ourselves about main idea and what nonfiction means. So we know that main idea is the most important idea in the picture or the story. And we figure that out by reading the story, listening to those details, figuring out what did the author want us to learn? What is the main idea? What did the author want us to learn? So we're going to be focusing in on that with our story, A Fruit is a Suitcase for Seeds. This story is by Jean Richards, and the illustrator is Anka Harriton. Now, this week we've been focusing in on nonfiction stories, but I'm noticing something. This story has drawings and pictures. So I'm kind of wondering, is this story nonfiction or not? So remember, we know that nonfiction stories generally have photographs, but not all the time. And we're always learning information or facts. So we have to really pay attention. Are we learning facts? Are we learning information from this story? Well, let's go ahead and get started. Again, our story is called A Fruit is a Suitcase for Seeds. So thinking off the top of your head, what do you already know about fruit? What do you know about fruit? Take a moment to think. What do you know about fruit? And I bet you the things that you already know are going to show up in our story. Let's get started. Most plants have seeds. When you put a seed in the ground and water it, a new plant grows from it. So as you can see, over time, the plant begins to grow. Seeds often travel to faraway places. If seeds did not travel, too many plants would grow in one place. It would be very crowded. So seeds travel to lots of different places. Some seeds travel on the wind. Some seeds travel in the water. So what do you think is going to happen to these seeds when they travel to different places? They're traveling by the wind, they're traveling by the water. So wherever they end up, what is going to happen to that seed? And I also want you to maybe thinking about, what are you learning right now? What are you learning from this story? Many seeds travel inside fruits. The fruit is like a suitcase for the seeds. It protects them on their trip. So we notice that the title of our story is in our story. It says that a fruit is like a suitcase for the seeds. So let's pause and think, because we just saw that seeds travel by water or by the wind. And it's telling us that a fruit protects seeds. This fruit right here is called a pomegranate. It's a very delicious winter fruit. And as you can see, it has lots and lots of seeds. Depending on the fruit, some fruit can have one seed, others can have many, many seeds. So how is it like a suitcase? Well, what does a suitcase do? We know that when you travel, you pack your clothes and your other items and your electronics inside of your suitcase, because again, you want to protect your stuff and have it all in one place when you're on a plane. And it's kind of the same thing with fruits, right? We see that it protects it with the kind of either a shell or an outer skin, or whatever the case may be, so that the seeds can travel. So it protects the seeds in order for it to travel and grow in new places. So again, keep that in mind. And then also be thinking about, what are you learning? What are you learning about in this story? So far, we've been learning about seeds and how they travel. And we just found out that a fruit is like a suitcase for seeds? Fruits look beautiful and taste good, so animals and people eat them and drop the seeds in different places. So it's not just humans that eat fruit, it's also animals. Some fruits carry one big seed inside them. The seed is called a pit. So some seeds that have a pit is like an avocado, a peach, and a cherry. So there are different fruits that have just one seed, kind of one big seed in the middle. A cherry is one of these fruits. So again, I want you thinking right now, what are you learning so far? What are you learning? And thinking about what we just read earlier, it said in the story that a fruit is like a suitcase for seeds and that it protects them. So when we look here, looking at these fruits, are they like a suitcase for their one seed? Are they protecting their seed so it can travel? Some fruits have many small seeds inside of them. So you can see in the picture, one of my favorite fruits, lemon, apples, watermelons, pears. They have very, very tiny seeds. An apple is one of these fruits. Some fruits have many, many tiny seeds inside of them. So for example, we see it's bananas, kiwis, and blueberries. A kiwi is one of these fruits. And we see in the picture, a bat is eating the kiwi. Many berries, such as strawberries and blackberries, carry their seeds on the outside. That's interesting. So their seeds are all on the outside. So if you've ever had a strawberry, or you've ever had a blackberry before, you notice the seeds are on the outside. And raspberries do too. So we see that the bears are eating raspberries. So these fruits have their seeds on the outside. So I wonder, if the seeds are on the outside, how does the fruit protect the seed? It's kind of an interesting question. How does the fruit protect the seed? What do you think? Can they still be protected if the seed is on the outside? Some vegetables we eat are really fruits. They carry seeds too. So even though we don't normally call these fruits, we usually call them vegetables or veggies, anything that has a seed is technically a fruit. So butternut squash, different types of squashes, peppers, tomatoes, eggplant, green peas, they all have seeds and they're all actually fruits. But we just think of them as vegetables. And peas are seeds. So we see them right here. Can you find the seeds on this ear of corn? Hint, it's the part that you eat. So where are the seeds? Can you find them? It's the part that you eat. Well, you probably guessed it. It's on the outside, that kernel. That's the seed. I'll bet you didn't know that every time you eat a pear, a cherry, an avocado, a plum, a cucumber, a tomato, a grape, an apple, an orange, a pea, a pear, a melon, a banana, or a blueberry. Wow, that's a lot of fruit. You're really eating a suitcase for seeds. So again, we want to be thinking about two things. Is this story fiction or nonfiction? And what is the main idea? So let's think about what nonfiction means. We know that it means that it's real. We know that we usually see photographs and we learn information. But I said at the beginning of the video that there are illustrations, there's drawings, there's an illustrator to this story that's not photographs. So is this really nonfiction? Well, even though we don't see photographs, what are we learning about? We're learning all about seeds, and we're learning about different types of fruits and how they are like a suitcase for seeds. So because we're learning information, because we're learning facts, this story is nonfiction. It is real. Even though we see drawings, it's still a real story because we know that fruits have different types of seeds. We're learning that the seeds can be tiny or they can be really large, and we're learning about different types of fruits. So this story is nonfiction. Now, again, what is the main idea of this story? So remember, main idea is the most important part of the story, the most important idea. What did the author want us to learn? So the main idea just can't be the title of the story. A fruit is a suitcase for seeds. So we have to think about, well, what are all the details that we learned? We learned that there are lots of different types of seeds. And then we also learned the way in which seeds can travel, the way in which they're carried. And we learned that a suitcase, it's not really a suitcase, but what a fruit does is it protects the seed. So again, what is the main idea? So the main idea is that fruits protect their seeds so that they can travel and move. Fruits protect seeds. And there are many different types of fruits and many different types of seeds. So that's the main idea of this story, is that fruits, different types of fruits, protect their seeds. And we see that there are many different types of seeds and they travel in different ways. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about this story. And remember, this story is for our quiz on Friday. Please make sure to watch this video at least 2 times and really be thinking about all the questions that I have asked. Is the story fiction or nonfiction? And how do you know? And is the story, and what is the main idea of this story? What did you learn? All right. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thank you for working so super duper hard, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.